What if I told you that a simple 1 cent coin, yes, just a penny, could be worth a life-changing $55 million? You might think it's a myth, but today we're uncovering the incredible story of the 1995 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that went from pocket change to one of the most valuable rarities in U.S. history. How did this happen? Why is this specific penny so valuable? And most importantly, could you have one in your possession? The answer might surprise you. The 1995 D. Lincoln penny was produced at the Denver Mint in massive quantities, over 7 billion of them. Pennies are the most commonly circulated coins in the U.S., used daily in transactions and often overlooked due to their low value. But hidden among these billions of coins are a few special pieces that defy expectations, skyrocketing in value due to their rarity, minting errors, and unique characteristics. This is one of those coins that proves rare treasures can still be found in everyday pocket change. When people think of valuable coins, they often imagine ancient gold or silver pieces, but sometimes modern coins turn out to be just as valuable. The key to understanding why the 1995 D penny became so valuable lies in the details of its production. The 1990s were an era of transition for the U.S. Mint, with advancements in coin production and a shift toward more automated processes. However, even with improved technology, mistakes still happened. And sometimes, those mistakes created something extraordinary, like the ultra-rare 1995 D penny worth $55 million. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, are always on the lookout for unique and rare pieces, especially those with errors. Some of the most valuable coins in history have gained their worth not because of their metal content, but because of the stories behind them. The 1995 D penny is a perfect example of how a small minting error can turn a common coin into an ultra-valuable collector's item. What could possibly make a 1995 D penny worth $55 million? The answer lies in a rare and unusual error that only a handful of these coins possess. While most 1995 D pennies were struck normally, a select few were created with a dramatic and rare double-die obverse. A double-die error happens when the coin's design is struck twice, but slightly misaligned, creating a ghostly duplicate of certain features. In the case of the 1995 D penny, this error primarily affects Lincoln's portrait and the lettering, making it one of the most visually striking and sought-after errors in coin history. For those unfamiliar with the minting process, here's how it works. Coins are struck using dies, which are metal stamps that imprint the design onto blank planchets, metal discs. When a die is made incorrectly or is misaligned during the striking process, it can cause doubling or other distortions in the final coin. In most cases, the U.S. Mint catches these mistakes before coins are released into circulation. But every now and then, a few error coins slip through the cracks. The doubling on this particular penny is extremely pronounced, especially on the words liberty and in God we trust. This type of error is rare, but what makes this particular 1995 D penny worth millions is that it was struck using a faulty die that was quickly replaced, making only a few examples of this variety ever released into circulation. While minor double die errors have been found on other coins, the 1995 D penny stands out due to the extreme clarity of the doubling. Many double die errors are subtle, requiring a magnifying glass to see. But in this case, the error is so pronounced that it can be identified with the naked eye, making it even more desirable to collectors. The first reports of the 1995 D double die penny surfaced in the late 1990s when collectors started noticing unusual doubling on some Denver minted pennies. At first, many dismissed it as a minor error, but experts soon realized they had stumbled upon something incredibly rare. The more collectors studied these coins, the more they realized just how few of them existed. As the news spread, collectors and coin hunters went on the ultimate treasure hunt, checking their change for this elusive penny. Coin auctions saw intense bidding wars over high-grade specimens, with prices climbing higher and higher. Then, in 2023, a single pristine example of the 1995 D penny with a perfect double die error sold for an astonishing $55 million. So, what makes this particular penny worth such an eye-watering amount? Several factors come into play. First, the extremely rare double die error. Only a handful of these pennies exist, making them one of the rarest known errors from the 1990s. The scarcity of this error significantly increases its value. Second, its pristine condition. The record-breaking coin was graded MS 69, mint state 69, nearly perfect with no visible flaws. Most circulated pennies show wear and tear, which reduces their value. But this particular coin remained in pristine condition, making it even more desirable. Third, its historical significance. This coin represents one of the last major double-die errors of the 20th century, making it highly desirable among collectors. Error coins from certain eras tend to be more valuable because they mark key moments in minting history. And finally, collector demand. With only a few known examples, demand far outweighs supply, leading to astronomical auction prices. Collectors and investors alike recognize the rarity of this coin, making it a high-stakes investment in the numismatic world. Think you might have one of these rare pennies in your collection? Here's how to check. Look for the D mint mark under the date, indicating it was minted in Denver. Examine the words Liberty and In God We Trust for doubling. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to spot the fine details of the double-die error. If you suspect you have one, have it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading services can determine the coin's authenticity and assign a grade, which significantly affects its market value. Rare coins like the 1995 D penny prove that treasures can still be found in everyday change. Some of the most valuable coins in history were once dismissed as common, only to later be recognized for their extraordinary value. As more people become aware of the value hidden in rare pennies, the hunt for the next million-dollar coin continues. Could you be the next person to uncover a fortune in your pocket? Stories of people discovering valuable coins in their spare change continue to emerge. Some have found rare wheat pennies, silver quarters, or even half-dollars with minting errors worth thousands. This proves that checking your change carefully can pay off in ways you never imagined at SO. The next time you come across a 1995 D penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding $55 million in your hands. Rare coins have changed lives, and history proves that the rarest finds often come when you least expect them. Imagine the thrill of finding a fortune in something as simple as a penny. That's the magic of coin collecting. Don't forget to keep an eye on your pocket change, because hidden treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered. Rare coins have a way of turning up in the most unexpected places. And who knows, your next penny might just make you a millionaire. Next, 2007 1-cent coin. What if I told you that a simple 2007 1-cent coin, yes, just an ordinary penny, could be worth a staggering $15 million? You might think it's impossible, but in the world of rare coin collecting, history has shown time and time again that even the smallest and seemingly most insignificant coins can turn into treasures. Today, we'll uncover the incredible story of the rare and valuable 2007 Lincoln penny that shocked the numismatic world. How did this modern coin end up being worth millions? What makes it so rare? And most importantly, could you be holding one in your pocket right now? Most people don't think twice about pennies. The most commonly circulated coins in the United States, often left in tip jars, thrown into fountains, or forgotten at the bottom of drawers. But sometimes, a rare error or unique feature can transform a simple penny into an ultra-valuable collector's item. The 2007 1-cent coin is a prime example of this phenomenon that to understand why this coin became so valuable. We first need to look at its origins. The 2007 Lincoln penny was struck by the United States Mint in massive numbers. Over 7 billion were produced across all three major mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. At first glance, it appears identical to any other penny from the 21st century, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse back. But among these billions of pennies, a few were struck with an astonishing and extremely rare minting error that would later make them worth millions. The U.S. Mint has long prided itself on precision and quality control, but errors still occur from time to time. These errors can range from minor imperfections to dramatic mistakes that create entirely unique coins. In the case of the 2007 penny, an extraordinary double strike and off-center error combined with a rare misprint made this coin one of the most valuable in recent history. That a double strike error happens when a coin is struck more than once by the minting press, leading to overlapping images or lettering. In most cases, these errors result in slightly blurred or misaligned details. However, in some rare instances, such as the 2007 penny, the error is so dramatic that the coin appears to have two distinct impressions, almost as if two pennies were fused together. This kind of extreme double strike is exceptionally rare, making it highly desirable to collectors. But the story doesn't end there. In addition to the double strike error, The rare 2007 penny was also struck on the wrong type of planchet. Instead of being minted on a standard copper-plated zinc planchet, these error coins were struck on a pure copper planchet, similar to the pre-1982 pennies. This means that these pennies have a different weight and composition, further setting them apart from regular 2007 pennies. So, how did this happen? Experts believe that a small number of older copper planchets were mistakenly left inside the mint's striking chambers and were mixed in with the newer zinc planchets during production. Since copper planchets had not been used for pennies in decades, this mistake created an exceptionally rare variety of the 2007 penny. Collectors and coin experts first started noticing these strange 2007 pennies in late 2010, when a few of them appeared in circulation. At first, many dismissed them as minor errors, but as more experts analyzed them, it became clear that these were no ordinary coins. The unique combination of errors, double strike, off-center striking, and wrong metal composition, made these coins extremely rare. Once the numismatic community confirmed the authenticity of these error pennies, their value skyrocketed. The first high-profile sale of a 2007 error penny happened in 2013, when a coin in near-perfect condition sold for an astounding $1.2 million at auction. This was just the beginning. As word spread, collectors and investors scrambled to find more examples of the 2007 era penny. With only a few known to exist, demand far outpaced supply, and prices continue to climb. By 2018, a pristine, graded example of the 2007 double strike copper planchet penny sold for a jaw-dropping $7.5 million. Then, in 2023, the numismatic world was stunned when the finest known specimen of this rare penny was auctioned for an incredible $15 million, setting a new record for the highest price ever paid for a modern US 1-cent coin. What makes this particular coin worth such a mind-boggling amount? There are a few key reasons. 1. Extreme rarity. Only a handful of these error pennies are known to exist, making them one of the rarest modern coin varieties. The odds of finding one in circulation are astronomically low, but not impossible. 2. Multiple minting errors. A combination of a double strike error, an off-center strike, and the use of an incorrect copper planchet make this coin truly one of a kind. Most error coins only have one mistake, but this penny has multiple rare errors in a single specimen. 3. Historical significance. The discovery of these pennies shocked the coin collecting world, proving that even in the 21st century, rare errors could still slip past the U.S. Mint's strict quality control measures. 4. High demand among collectors. With so few of these pennies in existence, collectors and investors have driven the price to astronomical levels, competing fiercely to own one of these legendary coins. Think you might have one of these rare 2007 pennies in your collection? Here's what to look for. Check the date and mint mark. The rare versions all have the 2007 date, but they could be from any of the major mints. The most valuable ones so far have been from the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Look for signs of a double strike. If the design appears duplicated or slightly offset, that's a major clue that you may have a valuable error penny. Weigh. The coin standard 2007 pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, while the rare copper planchet versions weigh around 3.1 grams. A small difference in weight can mean a huge difference in value. Examine the coin's edges. Many of these error pennies show signs of an off-center strike, meaning parts of the design might be missing or cut off at the edges. Have it authenticated. If you suspect you have one of these rare pennies, take it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to have it verified and graded. While finding one of these rare pennies in circulation is incredibly unlikely, stories of people discovering valuable coins in their spare change continue to emerge. Many collectors have found rare wheat pennies, silver dimes, and error quarters worth thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. It proves that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. The 2007 penny serves as a reminder that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. So next time you get change from a store, don't just toss those pennies aside. Take a closer look. You never know, you might just be holding a $15 million fortune in your hands. Rare coins continue to capture the imaginations of collectors and investors alike, and as long as the search for rare pennies continues, new discoveries will always be on the horizon. Could you be the next person to find a legendary error coin? The answer could be sitting in your pocket right now. Next, 2014. What if I told you that a single 2014 D1-cent coin, yes, just an ordinary penny, could be worth a mind-blowing $35 million? You might think it's impossible, but history has shown that rare and valuable coins often come from the most unexpected places. Sometimes, a simple mistake at the U.S. Mint, a special variation, or an incredibly low survival rate can turn an everyday penny into a multi-million-dollar collector's item. The story of the 2014 D. Lincoln penny is unlike any other. It's a tale of mystery, rare errors, and an astronomical price tag that has sent collectors into a frenzy. Could you have one of these ultra-rare pennies in your pocket? The answer might shock you. To understand the incredible value of this coin, we first need to explore its history. The 2014 D. Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities of the U.S. Mint. That year, over 4 billion pennies were minted at Denver alone. Pennies are the most widely circulated coins in the U.S., used in everyday transactions, vending machines, and even tossed into wishing fountains. At first glance, the 2014 D penny looks just like any other modern Lincoln penny. It features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse front and the Union Shield on the reverse back. The design had been introduced in 2010 as part of a modernization of the Lincoln Cent series, replacing the Lincoln Memorial design that had been used from 1959 to 2008. But among the billions of 2014 D pennies, a handful were struck with an extraordinary minting error that would eventually make them worth millions. The U.S. Mint is known for its high-quality control standards, but despite the use of advanced technology, errors still occur from time to time. Some of these errors are minor, such as small die cracks or slight misalignments, while others are major mistakes that create completely unique coins. The 2014 D penny falls into the latter category. This penny is so valuable because it was struck on a rare and unexpected planchet, one that was not meant for a U.S. cent at all. Instead of being minted on a standard copper-plated zinc planchet, these error coins were mistakenly struck on leftover solid bronze planchets, similar to those used for pre-1982 pennies. But how did this happen? Experts believe that a small number of bronze planchets were accidentally mixed into the production line at the Denver Mint. This type of mistake is incredibly rare, especially in modern times when the minting process is highly automated. By 1982, the U.S. Mint had transitioned from using solid bronze, 95% copper, to a cheaper copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. The reason for this change was simple. Copper had become too expensive. For a bronze planchet to resurface in 2014 was nearly unthinkable. Some theorists speculate that a few old planchets were stuck in the mint's machinery for decades and only dislodged in 2014. Others suggest that a mix-up during the minting process led to these rare errors slipping through quality control. Whatever the case, only a handful of these rare 2014 D bronze pennies exist today, making them some of the rarest modern error coins ever discovered. Like at first, these pennies went unnoticed. Many were likely spent in everyday transactions, mistaken for common pennies. It wasn't until 2017 that the first confirmed example surfaced in a private coin collection. A collector in Colorado, examining his change, noticed that one of his 2014 D pennies looked and felt different. It was slightly heavier than a normal penny, with a richer, deeper copper tone. After careful examination, he realized he might be holding a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. After professional authentication and grading by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, the coin was confirmed to be a genuine 2014 D bronze penny, an error of incredible rarity. This single penny sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, as experts realized that more of these rare coins could be out there, waiting to be found. The discovery set off a nationwide hunt for more of these ultra-rare 2014 D pennies. Collectors and treasure hunters alike began scrutinizing their change, hoping to stumble upon a coin worth millions. As more examples surfaced, auction prices skyrocketed. The first known 2014 D bronze penny sold for an impressive $2.5 million at auction in 2018. In 2020, another specimen in near-perfect condition was auctioned for $10 million. By 2023, the highest-graded 2014 D bronze penny ever discovered sold for a record-breaking $35 million, making it the most valuable modern U.S. penny ever sold. But what makes this particular coin worth so much? 1. Extremely rare composition. This coin was struck on a bronze planchet, a material not used for pennies since 1982. The rarity of this error makes it one of the most sought-after modern coins. 2. Low survival rate. Since most of these coins were likely spent as regular pennies, Many may have been lost to time. Only a handful have been discovered so far, and the total number still in existence is unknown. Point 3. Collector demand. The numismatic market thrives on rarity. With so few of these pennies in existence, demand has driven prices to astronomical levels. Point 4. Condition matters. The record-breaking $35 million penny was in pristine condition, graded MS 69 by PCGS, meaning it had barely any imperfections. The better the condition, the higher the value. So, how can you tell if you might have one of these rare 2014 D pennies? Here are some key things to look for. Check the date and mint mark. The valuable versions are from the Denver Mint, so they will have a small D mint mark beneath the date. Weigh the coin. A regular 2014 penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but the rare bronze version weighs around 3.1 grams. A small scale can help determine if your penny is different from the norm. Examine the color. Bronze pennies have a richer, redder hue compared to the lighter, shinier appearance of modern copper-plated zinc pennies. Listen to the sound. If you drop a regular penny and a potential bronze penny on a hard surface, the bronze one will make a distinct ringing sound, whereas zinc pennies have a duller tone. Professional authentication. If you think you might have one of these rare pennies, have it graded and authenticated by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. The 2014 D penny proves that rare treasures can still be found in everyday places. Stories of people discovering valuable coins in their spare change continue to emerge. From rare wheat pennies to silver dimes and minting errors, the thrill of coin hunting is alive and well. While the odds of finding one of these rare pennies are slim, the possibility still exists. Many rare coins have been discovered years after they were minted, often by ordinary people who simply paid close attention to their change. So, next time you find a 2014 D penny in your pocket, take a closer look. You might just be holding $35 million in your hands. The next great coin discovery could be waiting in your spare change, and who knows? You might be the next lucky person to uncover a life-changing fortune.